be a juvenile and not like babies? Cars coming.
Y'all, I don't know if you can see this. There is a hawk that is literally less than 10 feet. I know.
They're being nice and stopping the train.
All right, y'all can see some cars going behind me real quick. They're like really close. I'm trying to get a video of this sign real quick. But as you can see, I'm at a park. Another state park. I love these videos. All right, I got a second. I'm gonna hop out here. I'm gonna show you all this sign. This sign is this is where we're at today. So you guys can again Google it, YouTube, do what you need to do. Hopefully my video pops up on that YouTube. But what I'm about to show y'all is it's called the Grand Army of the Republic. It is a cemetery, and I mean there's graves from 1834 to, and most of the people in this little plot that I'm about to walk y'all into is military. As I'm walking in this place, me and my wife both, we both got extremely dizzy upon entering this area. So if you take a look at some of these graves, it says 1834 to 1900. I don't know if it says most of these were soldiers, and I'm looking at one that says 1865 to 1861. I'm gonna go ahead and pan around, give you guys like a little close-up. 1861 to 1865. So you guys can see, man, it's pretty interesting. And I'm gonna take y'all up there in a second. There's a little bit of history about that spot right there. I just stumbled upon something as I was walking up that little path I just showed y'all. This is crazy, man. I mean, think about this. You look at that grave right there, and gives me the chills that I'm standing right here next to something that was buried in 1914. Like, do you realize how long of a period that is for something to be in the ground down here? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know about y'all, but this is an interesting place. And again, I'm in a very high traveled place. So you're gonna see some things today that I've really never seen that much of. I've been here a couple times in the past, and this is crazy, man. Just the cemeteries, there's just plots everywhere. And I think if you look right here, that looks like a spot where they may have found more graves and don't know where the headstones are. So if you take a look this way, you guys can see this nifty little water trough that comes down this hillside along the stairs. I'm not sure if that was built just because they needed to make a pathway for the water to run, as it's possibly can damage the stairs. But if you look, man, that's pretty cool. They got some rocks bedded down in the concrete. And there's another grave for you. Not really, what does that say? Williams. Oh, that might be a husband and a wife. Wow, it's crazy. Calvert and Claire. That's pretty crazy, y'all. So apparently in the Chinese culture, or the Asian culture, they believe that you are to feed your past people. And by that, I think they mean like honor them, give them statues, give them things that they can look at while they're not here anymore. And I believe that's what that is right there. That thing over. See, this is always gonna be in the video. This thing right there, right there. That thing. It is basically like food for the spirits. They want to be honored, they want to be respected, and the way they do that is by leaving statues and things. What they call fawn path. Now, I'm not sure, but those are damaged and sunk in the ground. Looks like from probably the earthquake again. I'm walking up a giant step.
The ground just gave.
Okay, then the ground just gave, but.
Yeah, we got a lot of water.
Fawn path, y'all. Okay, so that's another path. So, the area I'm about to take y'all into is dedicated to the Chinese labormen who really helped build Santa Cruz. Now, all this Chinese lettering I'm going to show you guys in a moment is because of these gentlemen here. And actually, I don't even know if there's anything buried there. I think this is just a spot where they're showing respect to the people that are buried here. Like,
they are. There's.
So, Irie was just telling me that there was Chinese labormen buried here. That's a cool letter, y'all. I don't know what that means, but that's pretty cool. So this right here just shows you in our city, these were all Chinese labor camps, Chinatowns. I don't really want to call them labor camps. I'm going to call them, these were the Chinatowns that were here in like the 1920s. And if you go over here, this is an actual news article that is published in 1921. So we have a very large amount of Chinese history in Santa Cruz. This board right here will definitely help you prove that. To all my Chinese speaking friends, ni hao ma. I enjoy language. Language is cool to me, so it's really cool to see like another influence of what's up here and how these cultures helped our city grow to be what it is. I mean, if it wasn't for the Chinese workers and labormen that were here, we wouldn't have a lot of Santa Cruz. It wouldn't be here. Now, I'm currently standing at not really sure what this is. It looks like a fireplace almost. I believe this is for the... I'm gonna go ahead and stick y'all inside of there real quick. Spiders. Yay, I love spiders, right? Turn on light for y'all. Y'all are going in there. It's a, oh God, spiderweb. It's a, looks to me like they burn stuff in here. And, oh, okay. So Irie just told me it's where they put the incense for the dead. Yeah, for y'all that don't know, Irie's my wife. That's what I'm gonna call her. So y'all can, wow, y'all can just know whenever I say Irie is that's gonna be the wife, and she educates me on a lot of stuff. This is why I like having her by my side when I'm out here doing these things, because a lot of things I don't remember too well. I have a very hard time with short-term memory. I suffered a head trauma when I was 14. That's all I'm going to say about it, but just know that sometimes I slip up and say things and I don't remember the full content of what I'm getting at. So that being said, you're going to hear Irie say things here and now. Say hi to Irie in the comments. It's always cool. It's always good. She probably gonna want me to edit that out, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It's going in the video. Y'all gonna witness it. But yeah, man, just paying respects, letting people know that the Chinese culture was very large here in the early 1900s, and it's very evident here at this cemetery. So you guys pay respects if you come through here. Leave some flowers, say what you got to say, but be very respectful, please. I'm gonna take a second, y'all. Whoa, I'm not gonna take no second. Do y'all see that? What is that? What is that? That is nasty looking. And there's a spider right there. Look, look, look. There's two spiders. What the? Man, I almost put my arm on that. I'm not even, man. I don't do spiders, man. Spiders just irk me. The legs, the little creepy crawly, little want to run on you, and you can stay off me. I'm good. But back to the cemetery, y'all. I really do. I want to show y'all something real quick. I'm gonna show y'all. Woof, 360 with the spin on it. Okay, I'm gonna get out the way. Look at this. Look at this little path, y'all. Now that whole path just goes down the hill too, like all the way down there the stairs. Ooh, get out the way. There you go. That's an unknown grave name, man. That's crazy. You see the hills on there? Little hills carved in. The unknown clamper died circa 1890. Buried with honors. Man, that's crazy, y'all. Okay, y'all. That unknown clamper bit I just showed y'all, that was just informed to me by the tour guide lady that so anybody local to Santa Cruz County, you know the name Graham Hill Road, everybody knows it. Apparently that was this guy's rancher road, logging road to get the lumber to his house. He was a clamper, and apparently the clampers are the people that make these plaques. Those are the people, and the unknown clamper, it's a funny little story, the unknown clamper was actually a female and is actually the only female clamper ever in history. And the reason that she became that was because they found the bones before they claimed it as a clamper, and then they realized that it was a female. Well, it was too late to not claim her as a clamper. So yeah, pretty interesting story, man. You guys, I'll give you some light on this real quick. So I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to read all this, but 1863 is the date that he passed. So yeah, that's pretty trippy, man. Alright, y'all, so California pioneers, that's the people that came out here and basically helped build California. Now there is a lot, and I mean a whole lot of words on this that I'm not going to sit here and read just yet because I'm recording this for y'all. So y'all can go ahead, pause your TVs, do what you need to do to read up on that. So these are the pioneers. Yeah, a little bit of history on who made Santa Cruz and what happened here. Most of this plot right here is going to be majority of the people that came over during the gold rush eras, and this is everybody you just saw on that little sign right there. What's up, y'all? I just literally went through a little bit of a guided tour from a family member that is this family right here. This is grave sites that have been here for hundreds of years. Like I said in the last video, the lime kilns. The interesting part about this is these rocks that are right beside me are the same exact lime kiln stones that I'm talking about that were burned at those lime kilns that we were at the last time I talked to y'all. I mean, you guys, I'm literally surrounded by graves. There are graves all around me right now. I'm going to take y'all through this little plot of a cemetery that the lady just told me about. Her entire family is buried here, and as she was telling me these stories, I got chills up and down my arms that you wouldn't believe. Just the history alone that is in this. I'll go ahead and give y'all a quick tour, and I'm going to talk y'all through it. This is the name of the family that's buried here. So, rest in peace to everybody in here. We're walking up into the plot, and as you can see, this is the great-great-grandfather. I believe she said great-great-grandfather. He was the one that started over here, along with his wife and their kids. If you look over on this side, there's actually another little plot. This is a baby that was their child as well, along with her great-grandmother, her grandfather, and so forth. Her family, her mother and dad are buried here as well. So you guys, I just got a complete history of this entire plot that I'm standing in. And I mean, these guys, they came over. This grave right here, the gentleman that's buried here, he came over from the gold rush era. And I mean, you can see from the date right there, that's a long time ago, man. Like, rest in peace to everybody in here. And as you can see, this is a very clean place. They take care of their cemeteries. They make it look nice. And literally, man, this is on the side of a hill. Like, I mean, we go up and up and up. And there's a little mausoleum right there as well. Oh, yeah. This is her mother. Actually, I don't want to walk over there because I don't want to step on any graves per se. But she told me that her mother's birthday was the 31st. So everybody say happy birthday. I mean, give them the respect they deserve. They helped build this little city that we're in. So As you can see, there's another grave there, and then there's 2 more over here. So she died at 21, and the desecration to the grave is very unfortunate and very unnecessary. All of these are fresher graves that are buried on top of other graves. There are apparently 12 bodies that are buried under here that are buried with these graves here, but this is one of the first ones. Unfortunately, how she met her demise is unfortunate. If you ever need to talk, man, call somebody. I mean, hit me up in the comments, let me know. Don't ever do anything stupid, man. We want y'all around. So I'm gonna try something. I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna get anything with it, but we're gonna go ahead and try. I'm gonna sit right here next to this big old redwood. So I was out here just a minute ago, and I'm sitting like literally right down there is that little thing right there. That's the white gravestone I was showing you earlier, the Marie Holmes. Now you're gonna hear a bunch of people in the background screaming, but I'm hoping that if you want to talk, Marie, I really feel bad for how everything turned out with you, and I wish you the utmost respect. That sounded like I just heard something. It could have been somebody over here though. But yeah, if you want to talk, microphone's here. I know it's gonna be hard to hear you, but if you concentrate and talk loud enough in this mic, I might be able to hear something. Yeah, y'all, I don't know if this is gonna be a good time to do the whole talking to him yet, but I'm working on it. There's some videos gonna be coming up real soon that are going to definitely test my ability to talk to the spirits and see how the spirits react to me, because I want to talk to them. I want to have conversations with them. Now, the grave I was telling you about, I'm standing right over. It's right there. That's now the story behind it. She was let's just call her a lady of the night. She was, I believe she had some family, but they were all really, really mean to her and did some pretty messed up things. So, I mean, you guys can look it up. Her name's Marie Holmes. She was a lady of the night in Santa Cruz County, and she took her life by drinking a bottle of carbolic acid. I'm not real familiar with what all that is, but it apparently does some damage. As I'm standing here, man, I got the creepiest feelings running down my back right now. Like, and it's broad daylight. Like, I shouldn't be scared. I have thousands of people around me, so. But I'm a little bit waiting for these videos to show up, man. Me doing these alone in the dark with the cemeteries, and I got my hands full. Believe me when I say that. Y'all thought y'all saw me scared on that dark road walk. Wait till I'm out here, out in some other cemetery doing something where it's like, trying to talk to them. Now again, this is the cemetery that 12 people were buried over a certain amount of time, and then they were lost. Like, their headstones were lost, and they got the bodies got buried over them. New bodies got put over top of their caskets. So there's double, I would say probably for each of these, there's probably double the amount of bodies under there per stone. So that's pretty unique. Right now I'm walking into the newer side of the cemetery. So apparently they still, if you have family in here, you can still pay to be buried in here. Now, I know I ain't got no family out here, so all my family's on the East Coast, and that's why we're doing these videos, is to talk to y'all, man, keep y'all informed on what I'm doing, let y'all see the crazy places we got. But yeah, so these are the newer graves, and It looks like Irie found something. I want to go see what Irie found, because Shewell. That a name? It's got to be. So that's a mausoleum, y'all. And I just realized something. That's crazy. Y'all see that? Isabel Ann Shewell, born 1881, died 1981. That's almost 100 years. How? I mean, back then, wow. Her husband looks like he passed on in 1969. So I hope she lived happy, you know what I mean, after he passed. I know that's a hard thing, but sometimes you got to keep going, because that's what they want. That's kind of why I do these videos, man. So if I'm ever in one of these things, y'all got videos to watch me. I mean, time boxing it up. While y'all be watching me on here, hanging out with me. Just doing crazy stuff, man. So that's some 1960s graves right here. Looks like a family plot. And I want to say all...
The only way you're buried here is if you're related to somebody already in here.
Okay, yeah, so if you're related to somebody in here, then you can get buried in here. That's pretty funny. That's one letter off from being my last name. I'm not going to show y'all what that is, but that's one letter off of being my last name. And I'm over here talking about pine boxing it up. Man, it's a cool little memory. I'm glad I got out here for y'all. This is because to be honest, I always want to do stuff like this, but I usually don't, because I'm too busy doing other things. But now that I got y'all, and I got like a deadline and something to deal with, and I'm gonna keep dropping videos for y'all. So y'all are enticing me to get out of my house and do something. This grave right here is actually where the name Death Valley came from. I'll give you guys a closer up view of the things it says down there. I think that's just a prayer. Yeah, that's just a prayer. But you guys can read that. So this baby, this is not the original headstone. The original headstone was right there. They replaced it, and in the process of digging around this area, they found this, which was buried right over here at the edge of that. So I don't know exactly what that is, but that was buried there, so I would assume it had some recollection to this grave site. I would assume somebody's marker or something. Now, this tombstone is the mother of the child that is buried directly right next to them, and I'm pretty sure this is the sister of the brother, and this is the mother. So basically what happened was they were traveling through California. They came to a peak and they had to decide on a trail which way to go. They went down the wrong one, and as the lady was saying, that there was ox and all this stuff that they had with them, and they had to actually hook the ox up to like ropes and levers and stuff and shimmy them down a hillside. And when they finally got down to the bottom where they thought water would be, there was no water. Now keep in mind, this lady right here, this lady that's buried in this Masonic grave, was pregnant at the time. And when they made it to the top of the hillside, when they actually got out and everything, they looked back and it was, oh, that's Death Valley. So that's how Death Valley became Death Valley. It's an interesting little story, man. But look at this grave. I mean, look at the date. This is the oldest dates in here. 1869 and 1850. Man, that's just crazy to me. Yeah, these graves are the husband and wife of, I guess you would call them Westerners, like travelers who were coming out here. And this gentleman and one of his, I guess, cohorts were riding down a place called Arana Gulch, and he took a bullet to the back from the woods, from someone in the woods. His brother gave chase. They all were caught eventually. I'm not really sure on the whole story, but if you look up Andrew Jack Sloan, that's the gentleman that's right here. There's some history on his name. There's some history on the whole Arana Gulch thing. And I mean, dude, 1865, like, I'm just shocked, man. Like, it's kind of cool. They got a book up at the top, and then they got like a palm tree or like a weeping willow tree. It's pretty cool, y'all. I'm having fun out here, man. I'm getting kind of creeped out a little bit every time I get near certain graves, though, because you hit certain graves and it's like you just think to yourself, 1866, like, come on now. Museum of Art and History own this cemetery, so it's really nice to see that, like, the public is out here volunteering and putting in work to make something that was alive again. I know that's a really, really weird thing to say. Like, I'm out here in the cemetery with a bunch of non-living people, but we are entering a plot where there are, I believe, 6 or 7 African-American gentlemen that were buried here, and they weren't buried over on that side where it's like, I guess you would say, a different breed. I don't know. I don't agree with it, but it just goes to show you that these things happen in life no matter where you are. You're always going to deal with it, but it's just sad to see. Now, the name Loudon Nelson, to anyone in Santa Cruz, you're automatically going to think of a basketball court, playground, along with other things. But Loudon Nelson alone, I mean, the dude he built a lot of Santa Cruz. He designed a lot of how Santa Cruz functions, and it's really cool that I got here on Dia de Muerto because they actually have a picture of him right there. That is a picture. Oh, there you go. Let me get that in there. That is Loudon Nelson himself. He's being honored. I'm not 100% sure on what the ducks are, but I could tell you for sure they're ducks, and it's probably the Dia de Muertos thing, like the wife just said, but it's just an honor for me to be sitting here. Rest in peace, Loudon. Celebration of Dia de Muerto. Santa Cruz does it big. That just goes to show you, man, culture's everywhere. You just gotta open up, and you'll see it. They're actually coming to the cemetery. Gotta love it, man. Ah, y'all. I'm just in shock, man. Like, this cemetery is not that large. I mean, it's literally like maybe 4 or 5 city square blocks, and we just had about 400 or 500 people just show up, all in face paint, and it's good to see, man. Culture's alive here. That's what matters most, man. Make your memories, leave your memories. YouTube seems to be the new life I'm choosing, so we're gonna make this work. It was really cool. I just had a kid walk by me who looked really interested in what I was doing, so I told him Ed's Journeys, check me out on YouTube. We're about to be heading out of here, y'all. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of a celebration for the good old Dia de Muerto. No, of course I'm not in Spanish. I don't have any real Latin blood in me at all, but I still love culture. All right, now if you guys will notice, there's a lot of Masonic plots here, and I mean, you can find a grave plot here that's Mason. There's a grave plot down there that's Mason. There was a female, the one that was the mother of the Death Valley child. She was also marked as a Mason as well, so that was kind of interesting to me. All right, y'all. I'm walking back to the actual spot where I was in originally in the very beginning of the video. Now, the reason that I'm walking back over here is because I have, so all of this is military, and the military is buried here. But if you take a look over there, that is all Masonic graves. Every tombstone in that is a Masonic tombstone. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the Masons, but they're I guess a cult. I'm not really sure, but they always have the G and the pendulum, and every one of those tombstones has that. These ones behind me are former military and have been here for a very long time. So I'm really blessed to be here, y'all, and not down in here in one of these things. Wow. So the flag, see the flag, y'all? The flag is actually in memory of somebody. That's pretty crazy. It says, in memory of Marvin M. Shaw, USN Semper Fi. Oh, Marine. That was a Marine. So, just so y'all know, it's all about the memories, and I'm glad I could make some for y'all. So, I'm gonna get ready to hop off here. I love y'all, man. Hope y'all enjoy it. Peace.